Saanvi from New York writes, "Hello, mean counselor. I love my husband, but I feel there's something off between us when I talk to him. What can I do to strengthen my relationship with my husband?" Oh, Saanvi, look at you, New York's very own love detective. Something feels off, don't you say? Groundbreaking. Next, you'll tell me the sky is blue. You love your husband, but there's a weird vibe. What tipped you off? The fact that he barely grunts when you speak? The way he's more engaged with ESPN than your conversations? Or is it just the classic, we don't talk like we used to dilemma? Either way, you came to the right place for answers. Brutal ones. Let's cut to the chase. If there's something off when you talk to your husband, odds are the problem isn't just him. I know, shocking, but before you reach for your pitchfork, hear me out. Communication isn't a one-way street. If your conversations feel like you're talking to a wall, ask yourself this: are you bringing bricks to the table? Here's what I mean, Saanvi. When you talk to your husband, what's the content? Are we talking deep, meaningful exchanges? Or are we stuck in the "did you take out the trash" loop? Because if all you're serving up are logistical chores, you're basically speaking in monotone Morse code. No wonder he looks like he'd rather watch paint dry. Now, let's address the other elephant in the room. Are you actually listening to him? Don't roll your eyes, Saanvi. I know you think you're the world's best listener, but here's the thing. Most people aren't. Listening isn't just waiting for your turn to talk. It's not nodding absent-mindedly while plotting your grocery list in your head. If you want to strengthen your relationship, start paying attention to what your husband is really saying. And yes, that includes his body language, his tone, and his silences. Sometimes the loudest message is the one he's not saying. Here's another fun question. When was the last time you had a conversation that wasn't about you? Be honest, Saanvi. Relationships are built on mutual interest, not one-sided soliloquies. So if you're spending 90% of the time venting about your day, your feelings, your best friend's drama, guess what? Your husband checked out somewhere around the weather update. Start showing interest in what's going on in his head. Ask him questions, real ones, not the interrogation style, "why didn't you do this?" but genuine ones like, "how are you feeling about work?" or "what's been on your mind lately?" And when he answers, resist the urge to interrupt with your own commentary. Shocking advice, I know. Now, let's spice things up. Relationships thrive on variety, not monotony. If every conversation with your husband feels like déjà vu, change it up. Do something together that sparks connection. And no, I don't mean sitting side by side on the couch, scrolling through your phones. Go for a walk, play a game, cook a meal together. Do anything that doesn't involve the same old routine. And for the love of all things holy, make it fun. When was the last time you laughed together? Laughter's like duct tape for relationships. It fixes almost everything. Still with me, Saanvi? Good, because now it's time for the hard truth. Strengthening your relationship doesn't just mean talking more. It means working on yourself. Are you bringing your best self to this marriage? Or are you expecting your husband to put in all the effort while you coast along? Relationships aren't 50-50. They're 100-100. If you want to feel closer to him, you'd better make sure you're showing up as the version of yourself you'd want to spend time with. Finally, here's a wild card for you. Communicate directly. If you feel something's off, say it. Don't play the "let's drop subtle hints and hope he picks them up" game. Trust me, subtlety isn't your husband's strong suit. No offense to him, but he's a guy. If you need something, articulate it clearly. "Hey, I feel like we've been a little distant lately. Can we talk about it?" Simple, right? Except most people avoid this because it requires vulnerability. But guess what? Vulnerability is where connection happens. So, Saanvi, stop tiptoeing around the problem and start owning it. Relationships don't fix themselves. They take effort, honesty, and a willingness to do the work. Now go have that conversation and make it count.